I think this drama of this danger could have been avoided.
You know, another thing just occurred to me. Well, as far as I know, no 9,000 computers have been disconnected. Well, I'm not so sure what do you think about it. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Okay. Why was it avoidable?
So the key part, so they went through the effort to sit in the pod to have a conversation and turn off all the electronics so that way Hal couldn't hear. No microphones, no audio leaking out. Okay, perfect, good. That was like the only part of the ship they could do that. But then Hal, if you zoom in, you see Hal's like eyeball there.
Yep.
And then he could read their lips. By reading their lips, then he learned what they were saying. So I think the first thing is they could have just turned around, right? Like just spoken away from the window, and then Hal wouldn't have been able to see their lips. No lip reading, no betrayal.
Okay. It was also weird that after the strange conversation with Hal, they were like, let's go to the pod and talk, because of the thing. And it feels like Hal looking at that would have been like, this is super
That's
weird.
unusual.
Well,
Okay,
that's
so
an unusual
okay.
conversation.
Okay, I like what you're saying. I'm with you. Okay, so you just make conversations after Hal. You just make it normal for after you have a conversation with Hal, you go sit in the pod, hang out there for a little bit, play little card games, make it like a normal thing. Then Hal, he's like, oh, I'm lying to these humans. I'm going to pull a fast one of them. Oh, but then they're going to their regular hobby thing. Like, okay, see, nothing weird about that.
Yeah, so you got to make a routine. But then you still have the open window problem. If they're in there playing card games or doing other fun things, the window is still wide open for Hal to see their lips moving.
Wide open and transparent. So maybe you could fog up the window. So instead of playing card games, they do like after lunch wrestling session. Get a little steamy in there. That would solve it.
I mean, that would solve it.
I put a picture up. No, I put a picture up. Look at the picture.
Okay.
I put a picture on the board.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. Right. The steamy hand from Titanic.
Yeah.
Hal's trying to look in there, but he's like, oh, the humans are doing hot stuff in there. They're all sweaty. The humans are gross. Yeah, but I can't see. I can't read their lips because it's steamy window. It's foggy window. Steam up there. Condensation.
Okay, let me review this. So, in order to have conversations without Hal there, they need to set up a constant, every time they talk to Hal, routine so that Hal doesn't suspect it's weird. So that means every time after they talk to Hal, they need to go wrestle in the pod. And the wrestling makes sure the window is fogged up because they're physically exerting themselves.
Yep.
So that steams up
and
the mirror.
And it's good for their
glass.
cardio and their musculature. This is wins all around.
Okay, that's true. And then, so they get those, additional wins. Those are supplementary wins.
Yep.
So that when Hal starts deceiving them, they can go into the pod, get a wrestling match going on, horseplay, fog up the window, and then they can talk in private. And Hal's none the wiser because they do that every time.
Right, they're doing some jujitsu, and like when you're doing jujitsu, your head gets very close to your opponent quite often. So there, they could just whisper, just say really quietly what's going on. If this was a standard procedure for the crew,
solution,
Hal would not have caught them.
Right.
Everyone would be alive. I'm just trying to save lives.
I mean, not wrong. Not wrong.
Could be right.